morning, I'm Cindy, and my company name is called Explore EFT.
Hi, and I'm Corby Furrow from Radiant Core Solutions, and today we have a wonderful guest with us, an EFT practitioner, Cathie Tobin. Hi, Cathie. So glad that you joined us today. And we're hoping that you're going to be able to share with us what you do and how EFT has impacted your life.
I would be glad to. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
I am an EFT practitioner, an emotional success coach, and there's no question that EFT has transformed my life tremendously. And I just can't say enough how wonderful it is and how it's so effective, and everybody needs to have some EFT in their life.
Yeah, we like to refer it as that Frank's red hot sauce. You can put that shit on everything. Yeah, so where has it taken you, like, personally, like when you started out, even before you knew about EFT, you know, and now you're doing EFT full time. So how has that transitioned for you?
Actually, I think it's kind of a cool story. I ran my own business for 20 years. I ran a day spa, and I did a lot of manicures. And I was noticing right off the bat that clients would tell me some of the, their deepest, darkest concerns, and even sometimes to the point of tears. And I would go home at the end of the day and I would think, now, wasn't that peculiar that someone would share something that intimate and personal? And then after a short time, as much as I loved my business, that was what got me up and got me going in the morning. And what I came to realize was the manicures were great fun, but what was really making the passion for me come alive was these people were really honoring me. And what I guessed I was doing, looking back, was just creating a nice, safe space for them to be able to share things that they couldn't share with people close to them. And that became my reason for loving my work so much. And then, as sometimes happens, the bottom fell out of my world. And I tried all the, we'll call them traditional things to do. I went to counseling, and I tried antidepressants for a while, and I tried the bag of Cheetos and the bottle of wine a couple of times. That was helpful. But I was in such a dark place that I was willing to try anything. And that's when EFT crossed my path, and I gave it a try, and the results were immediate, just immediate. And I was so impressed with how quickly and how effectively it worked. And part of the darkness in my life at that time was I had lost my business, and I had no career, I had no income. So I thought, well, here is a perfect opportunity presented to me. People really need to know that this is out there and available to them. So I took the training, and I became an EFT practitioner and emotional success coach. And now I'm doing what really fires me up, and that is offering that safe space for my clients to be vulnerable, to be able to share some of those deep, dark secrets and fears. And now I get to take it one step further, and then I get to help with the healing for those people. And that's just awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. So now you've got the backing now that you can help them to grow in their own personal space and
exactly. Yes. Not only do I get to listen, now I can support, and I can lead them into ways that they can further their own healing. Yeah,
something that's sustainable, instead of just like what used to happen was advice giving.
Yes.
But that didn't take care of.
No, it doesn't stick. You're right. It
doesn't stick. And then it's like, well, that was really nice, but I still feel crappy. But when you use the tapping, it allows you to bring that junk up and get rid of it.
Yeah. Gone for good.
Gone for good.
Kick to the curb.
Garbage day is today.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, no, and it is, and it's just to have that freedom of not having to go over the same crap over and over and over, looking for answers, but
Yes.
it's finally dealt with, and you can be free, and that's what where the emotional freedom comes in, is that we're not
exactly
hostage to that.
Get out of that loop, that Groundhog Day kind of, that movie Groundhog Day. You wake up, it's the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
This is the off ramp. EFT is the off ramp.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, who are your typical clients that you would be working with?
Most often it is women, and again, I'm guessing the spa had either, I don't know which came first, the women or the spa.
Right.
But what I find is a lot of women are living their lives out of, I'm going to say, obligation. Mm-hmm. They have children, and they have husbands, and they have jobs, and they have all of those things that require their attention and their energy. And a client of mine might be the kind of person who would ask themselves, is this all there is? When does it get to be my turn? Is there, because I am absolutely certain that we are all here on a soul mission, and sometimes that soul mission gets buried with other obligations.
Yes.
So I like to work with the women who want to just step out there a little bit further and investigate if there isn't something bigger for me out there.
Mm-hmm. It's funny you said that song, because that was what was droning in my head when I was in my darkest space. Is that all there is?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, get me out of this. And EFT was the thing that helped me lift the lid and go, no, there's way more than that. So thanks for sharing that one. Yeah.
I truly believe that we are all here for a reason bigger than ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we are meant to offer good to the world on some level. It doesn't have to be huge. We don't have to be out there in front of a huge audience. It can be whatever. It can be working with children. It can be writing a book, whatever it is. But when you discover what that soul mission is, there will be this most amazing knowing feeling come over you. And it's just, it's joyful. It's just joyful.
Well, and the beautiful thing with EFT is that it brings forward the opportunity to move the crap out of the way, so that the creative soul reappears, because we all have it, but it's been dampened. So by doing the tapping and going into that exploration of self, it's really amazing what comes forward, because that was the thing that happened for me, was to go into the harness program and start going the journey that you ladies have taken already, and the stuff that I have learned and the changes I've been able to make. Never in a million years would have thought I would be sitting doing videos talking about a modality like this. It's really
and I think you're right when you say there is this bigger purpose, because if there wasn't, we wouldn't feel that there's got to be something more.
That pull wouldn't be there to explore further.
Exactly. We get to that point, where we can, like you said, is we're in all these obligations and we're doing them, and it's fine, but there's always that nagging, like, what is that? And that's what our indicator is, that when we finally feel that pull strong enough, saying, okay, now it's my time. And it's not that it's my time in an ego or selfish way, it's my time. So that now I can have more energy and more passion and compassion, so that I can fill that world and the space better for myself and everybody else around me.
Exactly. You have more to bring to the table and more to offer to others.
And so often we forget that, and men also, but particularly women. And today is a great day to talk about this topic, as it is. So we can celebrate. Well, thank you so much, Cathie, for joining us today. I love your story and where you're taking people. So it's a pleasure to have you here.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate that.